There really is no doubt about it. Golf Canada and its national opens are riding a massive wave of momentum at the moment, with two major announcements in July not only putting the RBC Canadian Open and the CP Women's Open on solid footing, but in the case of the Men's Championship, creating a brand new era. But momentum being cyclical, times weren't always so triumphant for these two tournaments. In 2006, with the Bank of Montreal having pulled its title sponsorship, the Canadian Women's Open was on death's door. However, at the 11th hour, CN and its CEO, Hunter Harrison, swooped in to save the event. When Harrison left for CP in 2013, he essentially took the tournament with him, and now his protege and successor, Keith Creel, has re-upped the rail company's commitment as title sponsor of the tournament through 2023.
It's a phenomenal event. We want to make sure that Canada remains first and foremost on the worldwide stage. It's a worldwide tour, and we want this to be a very special place. So when fans from afar see Canadian Pacific, they see the Canadian Women's Open, they see golf in Canada, they see the talent that it represents, and they reflect and feel the same way we feel about it, which is a deep, profound respect for the sport and for the ladies that compete in it, as well as the connection it has to our business.
While this year's CP Women's Open is set for Regina's Wascana Country Club, marking the first time Saskatchewan will host either Open, Golf Canada announced the ultra-posh Magna Golf Club as the 2019 venue. It will be the first time the tournament is played in the Toronto area since 2001. The Magna announcement means both of Canada's Opens will take place in Southern Ontario next year, with the RBC Canadian Open slated for Hamilton Golf and Country Club. However, the much bigger news with that tournament is its new date. Having long been stuck the week after the Open Championship, a spot it got in 2007, the year after Bell bolted as title sponsor and 1 year before RBC replaced it, golf's third oldest Open Championship will now occur in early June, directly before the US Open on the PGA Tour's overhauled schedule. In addition, RBC raised the purse for the 2019 tournament by a whopping $1.2 million, with subsequent $200,000 hikes coming annually through 2023. The date change is one RBC and Golf Canada worked on for 2 years, and this specific spot, earlier in the year during a run of important events, was the one they targeted.
So being early in the schedule was important to us because competition is running very high at the beginning of the schedule. It's a great time to play golf in Canada, and the planning for how players construct the schedule for the year typically is more focused on the beginning of the year. So we wanted to make sure that the RBC Canadian Open had every advantage, and being early in the schedule was a key one for us.
Moving to this June date is a real dream come true. It's going to change everything about the entire story behind the event, from our partners, from our players, and most importantly from the fans. What field we're going to bring with this increased purse to $7.6 million, with this increased sort of focus of our event, and also the lead into the US Open, there's just going to be an incredible focus.
Now, will the Men's Open, still tied to a major championship, start to attract more of the game's biggest stars? In addition to the likes of regulars Dustin Johnson and Bubba Watson, and Brooks Koepka and Tommy Fleetwood, who came this year, Canadian golf fans would surely love to see one of Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, or Ricky Fowler at Hamilton next year. We'll wait and see on that front, but for now, it's hard to see the recent news about both our Men's and Women's Open as anything but good news.